In today's video, we're exploring the Roku Kyoto, Asia's first LXR and resorts property. One big favor before we dive in is to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe if you like content like this. Roku is a luxury resort that's hidden away from the hustle and bustle of Kyoto. So it's about half an hour away from a lot of the tourist spots downtown, and to get here, we did take an Uber. Just checked into the Roku, and this is the fourth property we're visiting in the Kyoto series, and I would have to say that this ranks last for service and check-in. Kyoto is pretty fierce for the luxury hotel market. There's a ton of competition here. We took a taxi, and once we pulled in, staff was great. They greeted us, but then they were really confused about who we were. I feel like the front desk staff is briefed every day on who the guests are and what time they arrived, but they were basically like, can you please write down your name? As opposed to the previous properties where they're like, oh, Mr. Feng, welcome. So that was interesting. The check-in process also took really long, so they had to find someone to check us in. We didn't really arrive that late. It was only around 5 p.m. So a bit confusing. I would feel like by deduction, who hasn't checked in yet, and it's pretty low occupancy right now, you could probably figure out who's checking in right now. The other miss was that the person who checked us in was not the person who escorted us to the room and gave us the room tour, as opposed to the other properties in Kyoto. So here, they just handed us to a bellhop, and the bellhop gave the tour. So lots of room for improvement there. So I feel like it should be on par with the service for the other places where the person who checks you in also escorts you to the room. The other miss is that during the check-in process, the bell team usually moves your stuff to the room so it's ready once you arrive, but here it's escorted with you. So yeah, could be a lot smoother. Welcome to the Onsen garden room. So here is the peaceful garden that comes with the room, and if we flip it around to the inside, we can check out the onsen. One nice thing is that there are screen doors to keep the bugs out. Over here is the onsen. So what's really nice is that the water coming from here is heated from the hot spring, and what that means is if you turn the handle, it's over 100 degrees Fahrenheit, and it's not your typical hot water that you would expect from a shower. It's like scalding hot. So right underneath is going to be the cool water. So definitely balance out the temperatures. Otherwise, it's going to be way too hot to even get in. Sebastian learned that the hard way. What's really nice is that it's in the privacy of your own room, and there's a garden view. The first floor consists of all of the onsen rooms, and if you're on the pool side, then there's the pool access rooms. However, if you don't have a first floor onsen room, then there is the ability to rent out a private onsen in the spa, and that is going to cost extra. With your own personal onsen, you don't really need to do the private onsen thing. Yeah, you can easily fit a few people in here. Flipping around, we have a little table where you can enjoy some coffee or tea and the garden view, or in our case, get some work done. We did get a few welcome goodies. So this is the first one. This one is gift wrapped. I don't really want to mess it up, but sounds like snacks. Water here is going to be boxed, so complimentary water, and if you want more, just ask. Step inside here to find the king size bed. And if you're the type that enjoys the hotel pajamas, they do have sets here. Another nice thing is that this is a really modernized hotel, and all of the light switches are electronic and you control them by the bed. This is a sound system. It's designed by Belmuda in Tokyo. Over here is the snack drawer. What's really unique about this property is that some of the snacks and drinks are complimentary. So up here is the minibar price list, and you'll see the ones that say 0. There's 2 of each item, and if you do take them, just mark them down so that housekeeping knows what to refill for the next guest. The green tea, Coca-Cola, tonic water, the beer, only the Kyoto beer, and some chips are complimentary. Everything else on the bottom would cost money. How's it compared to Sapporo?
It was good.
Which one do you prefer?
Sapporo Classic.
I already polished off a green tea and a Coke Zero. Chips are pretty unique, so I've never seen long chips before, and it's basically instead of having your traditional chips in a regular bag and it's full of air, it's like a tray of long chips, and it's just so much more convenient to store and eat. Pretty much a brick of chips. Coffee is going to be from Nespresso. There's also not that many outlets, so this is the charging situation here. There's only one charging plug by the bed, which is why we have our random electronics charging everywhere throughout the room. So there's going to be a variety of green teas as well, and you can find these in the tea house, and you can always ask for extra. So this is the regular green tea. This one's going to be a black tea and original jasmine tea. Some cutlery here. Here is where the goodies are. Complimentary Coca-Cola, tonic water, and Kyoto beer is going to be complimentary here. Just double check with the minibar menu to make sure what you are taking, so you don't incur extra charges. Just double check with the label and the minibar menu to make sure it's complimentary. So yeah, if you were to take any of these from this side, it's not free. And some wine glasses here. Hot water kettle is also going to be at the bottom. Yeah, and these two drawers are for decoration. This is a large walk-in closet. Safe can also be found here, along with an iron. Robes are nice and plushy, so they are branded. If it is raining, there are also umbrellas in the room. Two types of slippers, one to wear around property and one to wear around the room. This is where the toilet's gonna be. It is a bidet system, so wide range of options here. Behind this door are the sinks. What's really interesting is that this is a double vanity. However, it is separated by the shower. First vanity here. In the middle is going to be a shower, so you can go handheld or waterfall, super tall. And the second vanity is over here. All of the communal amenities are going to be from here. Note that they don't come fully stocked, so shaking it around, I think it started off down here. So there's some other luxury hotels that like to keep them constantly full. And there's also a wide range of amenities if you need them. One nice thing is that this whole hallway leads straight into the onsen. So if you are using the onsen, or if you want to rinse off and then hop into the onsen, it's like a clear path. And then there's also dividers. So if someone's sleeping and you don't want to disturb them, and you can just like sneak into the onsen. So yeah, you can have a very private experience after you close all the doors. So if you do want additional amenities, you can request them. So you can order extra skincare sets, nail care sets, kid amenities, earplugs, newspapers, sewing kit, body scrub, and some comb and hair brushes. And then they do have rental equipment. So if you need a baby crib, baby guardrail, baby bathtub, diaper pails, kid pajamas, different types of bath amenities and equipment. Also, they do have hair straighteners, hair curlers, and you can order kimono hangers, luggage racks, and wide variety of pillows. So the bottom half is all rental. You can borrow them, but don't take them. The Roku Kyoto is an LXR property, which is in the high-end tier of the Hilton chain. That means you can book this with Hilton points, or if you find standard room availability, you can use a free night certificate. If you're interested in learning more about Hilton credit cards, I'll leave a link down in the description box. Make sure the links are competitive, but using those links really helps us out, so thank you in advance. All right, let's go explore the rest of the property. The property is pretty big. The onsen has a pretty big thermal pool. It's Kyoto's only outdoor natural onsen pool, and it's open year-round. If you come when it's not busy, you don't really need a reservation. However, during peak times, you do need to make a reservation. And it's open from 8 a.m. to 9 p.m. There's also a 24-hour fitness facility that has a wide range of ellipticals and equipment, and these are all going to be from Techno Gym. You can enjoy amazing views while working out. There is also a tea house on property, and this is where they checked us in. There's a wide variety of teas and detox water here, and it's also a nice escape to enjoy the views of the property. For dinner, we went to Tenjin, which has all-day dining, or you can do their chef's tasting menu. We opted for a la carte. For starters, we had a smoked fish with cheese dish, which was pretty interesting and unique, so really good flavors. The second dish was the seafood with spaghetti, and this one was just okay. I think I've had better pasta elsewhere. And finally, we ordered the Japanese beef tenderloin. Dinner was okay if you're looking to stay on property, and this is the only restaurant that is available on property, especially during the weekdays. So although there are restaurants surrounding the area in the garden, they are closed unless you make a reservation. It is worth noting that compared to other luxury properties in Kyoto, where they do have a Michelin star restaurant on property, this one does not have a star. So if your expectations are super high, if you went to the other ones before, I would lower them to regular expectations. Good morning, it's the next day and it's breakfast time. So since we do have Hilton Diamond status, it is included for us. How it works is there's a breakfast buffet and you can also order mains off the menu. And if you don't have status, the retail price is 6,300 yen. So the breakfast buffet has a bunch of cold items. So there's cereal, salad, cold Asian items, and some fruit. And on the other side are going to be drinks. So juices, water, and then select pastries. For the main, I ordered the green omelet, and this is the first time I've seen a sausage with a bone in it. So let's try it out. Sausage is okay. For the cold Asian items, I think they're pretty good. So I'm a fan of okra, and then they have sesame sauce over it. And then also love mushrooms, so mushroom broccoli salad. For my main, I got the green veggie omelet. So the omelet itself is green and lots of green leaf veggies inside. Pretty good. Okay, I'm gonna wrap up here and catch up with you later. The Japanese garden is part of Shozan. If you stay at the Roku, they do have a partnership, so all you have to do is show your key if you want free admission. Otherwise, it's 500 yen per adult. So we're at that Japanese garden. This is Shozan, and then this is the LXR property. So I think we can just like walk through the back, right, to get back? Or through here.
I think so.
This is Sebastian, not me.
So more bigger variety.
Oh, wow.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
See?
Now writing this is just start writing the date.
The date?
Yeah.
This side or this side? 22 August?
Yeah.
Okay, August.
2024.
Oh no. It's very bad. Don't look. Haven't practiced in years, okay? Try it again. Try this again. Oh, this one's even worse. That's 320. Okay, don't look. My mom's gonna yell at me, don't look. Pretty short walk. So we're back at the Roku. If you turn here, it's gonna be the Roku spa and property. It's not a bad walk at all.
Would you say 5 minutes?
Yeah, 5 minutes.
Yeah. And we're walking pretty slow. Like, we took our time.
Overall, we really enjoyed our stay here, and I would recommend this if you want an escape from the city life. So this is more of a serene escape where you can walk around the gardens and basically enjoy the serenity of the nature. If you're looking to do touristy things, this is not the right hotel for you. Service was great, but there is a lot of room for improvement compared to the other luxury properties in Kyoto. Food was also good, but I do wish there were more dining options on property as opposed to just one restaurant. Competition for the luxury hotel market in Kyoto is fierce because there's so many properties. Compared to all of the other properties that we stayed at, I would give this an 8 out of 10 score, so there is a lot of room for improvement here. If you made it this far in the video, leave a tree emoji in the comments below and I'll try to like and respond. My question to you is, what are your thoughts on the Roku Kyoto and is it on your list to stay? Let me and everyone else know down in the comments below. See you in the next one.
Be careful. Yeah, just touch it.
That's kind of hot. So this is the cold water?